Hi friends, my name is Nicole and we are going to work our way through a 60-minute Vinyasa class today, focusing on total body release as well as a little bit of balance. If you have a yoga block, you can grab that. You don't necessarily need it, but you could even utilize something around your house like a thick book. Or even like a roll of paper towels, something to bring the earth closer to you throughout the practice. I'm going to start sitting on my block and we are going to find crisscross applesauce, whatever that looks like to you. If that is uncomfortable, you could sit legs out long. Allow yourself to just find what feels good. Take a moment to just arrive on your mat, to arrive at your practice, and just take notice of what's happening in the body. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe taking this moment to close your eyes if you feel comfortable and safe. Assessing the body from head to toe, just scanning and noticing any sensations, any spots that feel a little stuck. Noticing places where you feel light and open. And then allow yourself to draw your attention to your breath. Take a full, deep, intentional inhale in. Full, deep, intentional exhale out. Do that again, inhaling slowly through the nose and exhaling slowly through the nose. Working to slow down and lengthen that inhale. Working to lengthen that exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. As you continue to breathe with intention, notice if you are sitting up as tall as you possibly can. Draw your awareness to the top of the head and feel as if there's a string lifting that spine closer and closer and closer to the sky, sitting up taller. Take a moment to slowly open the eyes and find a hazy gaze if your eyes were closed. Reach your arms up to the sky. Notice how you feel. Reach as tall as you can. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, release right hand to the earth next to you. Left arm reaches. Feel this side body opening. Don't allow this left hip to lift up. Find some length from the left fingertips all the way down to the left hip. Breathe. Take a full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Let's come to center. Reach tall. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches. Feel that length through this side. Not allowing this arm to just drop over. Finding this extension, feeling yourself create space from fingers all the way down to that hip. Come back to center, reach tall, inhale. This time we twist to the right, so left hand can come outside of that right thigh, or right hand could plant behind your back. Gaze could go over the right shoulder, but listen to your neck. Maybe today your neck wants you to look straight out ahead. Take a full deep breath here, inhale. Exhale. Let's come back to center. Reach tall. Breathe in. Exhale, twist the other way. Right hand outside of that left knee. Taking the gaze to wherever feels good to you. Ensuring that all throughout class you keep your body comfortable and safe. It is your job to find what feels good. Really being in tune with what you need. Good, come back to center. If you have that yoga block, you have an option to release it if you would like. We're just gonna switch our crisscross, so opposite leg in front. Allow yourself to, again, find that length to sit up nice and tall. Feel that string lift the head closer to the sky. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches. Maybe you begin to find a deeper side body stretch as we warm up the body here. Bending through that right elbow. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind the back, left hand to that right knee. Gaze over the right shoulder if you want, but pay attention to that neck. Through center, reach tall, breathe. Exhale, twist the opposite way. Good, let's come back to center. Allow yourself to just sit up nice and tall, drop your chin to your chest. Feeling the sensations through the back side of the body. Take your right ear toward your right shoulder. Pause right here. Breathe space into any areas that feel tense. You might feel some sensations through the left side of the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Pause. Deepen your inhales, deepen your exhales. Draw your awareness to your body. Center, chin to chest. Allow yourself to just let the crown of the head rise to the sky and notice. Just be aware. Let's make our way to a tabletop position. Working to stack shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists. Working to stack hips over knees. Tops of the feet could press into the earth, or you could curl your toes under, whatever feels good to you today. Pause here. Spread all 10 fingers wide. Press the mat away from you. Draw your awareness to the center of the belly. Engage that core. Allow yourself to have a subtle bend in the elbows. And then find cow pose. Drop the belly. Reach the tailbone to the sky. Gaze lifts. Pause here and take a couple rounds of breath, allowing yourself to draw your attention closer and closer into the body, tuning out any outside noise. Take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, round out the back, tuck chin to chest, tuck your tail. Cat pose. Really press the mat away from you. Pause here. Take 2 rounds of breath to release extra tension. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And now we'll add breath to movement. Inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, round out, cat pose. Flow with your own breath, using your inhales, lengthening and slowing down, using your exhales. Really finding this opportunity to loosen up the spine, to warm up the body before we get into some more flow here in our Vinyasa class today. Stay in that tabletop position, neutral spine, flat back. I'm turning just so you can see me. Extend your right leg long out to the side. Right foot presses into the earth. Foot could be flat. You could be on the inner edge of that foot. Begin to rock back. Hips sink back toward your heels. Leg is nice and long. Come back to center, stacking shoulders over wrists. Rock back. As you find this movement here, you have an option to also point the toes to the sky when you rock back. Just slowly warming up that lower body, warming up these wrists, taking your time, paying attention to what your body needs here and now. One more time, rock back. Pull forward. Pause here. You're going to stay on your left knee. Now, if being on your knee bothers you, you can double up your mat, create a little extra cushion. We're going to rise up, reach the arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down that right leg, left arm reaches. Just pause here. We're going to stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Take the opportunity to open up a little more. Good. Come back to center. Plant the palms, come back to your tabletop position. This time, left leg goes long and you're going to find your little rock backs here. Slowing down, using your breath, paying attention to any place you feel sensations. Come back to that center, leg remains long. We're gonna rise up onto that right knee, reach tall, inhale. Left hand down, right arm reaches. Find this link. Stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Allow yourself to open up a little more or back off if you need to. You have to ask yourself, do I need to do more or do I need to do less today? Follow your intuition. Good, come back to center. Make your way back to that tabletop position. If you doubled up that mat, you can fold it back out nice and long. From here, we are going to sink back to a child's pose. Knees could be wide or close together. Hips sink back towards our heels. Arms extend out long. Maybe you use a block or a prop to rest the forehead. Maybe you just stack palms or stack fists, or forehead rests on earth. Pause here. Allow yourself to feel grounded. Allow yourself to feel your roots deepen, strengthen. Draw your attention to the place where your forehead is connecting to a prop or to the earth, your third eye, your seat of intuition. Take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Maybe rock the forehead from side to side, waking up that third eye just a little more. And we're slowly going to make our way back to that tabletop position and make our way to a downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift the hips. Feet are about hip distance apart. Let's start with a gentle bend in the knees, spreading all 10 fingers wide, pressing into the palms, reaching those hips up to the sky. Begin to deepen the bend in the left knee. Press your right heel toward the mat. Heel does not need to touch the mat. Allow yourself to just meet yourself where you are today. And then switch. Deep, deep, deep bend in that right knee. Left heel begins to press toward the mat. Pause. Send your breath down that leg. Be intentional with that breath. Anchoring into it. Switch. Bend the left knee. Right heel presses. Both heels lift, come to center. Bend the right knee, left heel presses. Both heels lift, come to center. Switch, left knee bends, right heel presses. Center, lift, switch. Center, lift, switch. One more time. Beautiful. Go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. Widen your stance a little bit. Feet can come wider than hips or maybe to the outer edge of the mat. Subtle bend in the knees, honoring the lower back if you need. Genie those arms, grab opposite elbows, fold yourself in half, ragdoll. Maybe you nod slowly. Yes or no. Maybe you begin to hinge from side to side. Stay here, but allow yourself to bend deeper into the knees, almost like you're finding a squat. Chest starts to slightly lift, and then begin to straighten through the legs. You could still honor that slight bend. Deep, deep bend. Lengthen. One more time. Deep, deep bend. Lengthen. Release the hands to the earth. Feet stay wide. Deep bend in the left knee. Left hand stays planted. Right arm reaches to the sky. If that does not feel good, you could always have your block here to have that deep bend to connect closer to the earth. And if you don't have a block, it could be a roll of paper towels. It could be something nearby. Good. Switch sides. Bend the right knee. Right hand stays planted. Twist open. Gaze could go up to that thumb or straight out or down. Release. Both hands meet on the earth. Bring those feet back to hip distance. Nice deep fold. Bend the knees. Belly rests on thighs. Find a halfway lift. Head and tail pull away from each other. Chest is lifted. You could utilize a block here to make your connection, keeping that back nice and flat. Hands could also be on thighs or shins. Just finding this length. We're going to pause here. Notice the sensations of the feet grounding down through each corner. So feeling yourself find these roots, finding that connection, finding length from head to tailbone, from tailbone to heels. Go ahead and fold, let it all go, release. Find that halfway lift again. Inhale. Exhale, release. One more time, just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Arms hang heavy. Slowly roll up to stand. Take your time, working vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing your core to heat up here. Head will be last to rise. Pause, adjust the clothes as needed. Stand nice and tall at the back of your mat. Reach the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, elbows go wide. Reach tall, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Reach tall, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Reach tall. Hands come to heart center, pause. Pressing the thumbs right into the center of your chest, maybe closing the eyes if you feel comfortable and safe, or just finding a hazy gaze. Notice your heartbeat. Notice how grounded you feel after just a few mindful movements and a few mindful breaths. And setting an intention as we go into the remainder of this class. A single word or a short phrase that calls out to you. Maybe it is to balance, staying true to the theme of this class. Maybe it is to let go, have patience, to forgive, to be kind, to love. Maybe it's connection. Whatever is calling to you, repeat it to yourself on your next 3 exhales. Take a full deep breath in. Set your intention. Inhale. Use that exhale to set your intention. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Soften the knees, hands through heart center, forward fold. Reach for those toes. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Walk your hands out to a high push-up. Drop the knees to the earth. Hugging elbows into ribs, we're slowly going to release all the way down to the mat. Pause here. Find a baby cobra. Hips and tops of the feet pressed into the earth. We cricket these arms. We allow our gaze to remain down on the mat, so not lifting. Allow yourself to use the strength of the belly, of the back, of this inhale to keep your lift and not press through the hands, maybe even lifting the hands. Go ahead and fold, let it all go. Inhale, baby cobra, lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Find downward facing dog. Maybe pressing through the knees, through that tabletop, curling those toes under and lifting the hips. Pause here. Find some stillness, really sinking the chest closer to the thighs. Finding that link through the backside of the body, finding that strength. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Reach that leg just a little higher and then step right foot forward to meet right hand. Drop your back knee on the earth. Stay right here for a moment. Left hand stays planted, right arm reaches to the sky. Release that right hand down, curl the left toes under, lift that left leg, shift your weight into that right foot, and just extend that left leg back at hip height. So it's not super high, back stays strong, chest is lifted, that leg is just extending out, working into our first little balancing pose. Left foot comes to meet right, forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, soft bend in the knees, arms reach straight out in front and up. Cactus the arms, elbows go wide. Reach tall, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Reach tall, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Last one, reach tall. Hands through heart center, forward fold. Soften those knees. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back, high push-up. Maybe knees stay off of the mat this time. Maybe knees drop again. Option to release all the way down like we did before. Take a low push-up, chaturanga. Chest stays lifted, shoulders stay strong. Find your heart opener, baby cobra. Cobra or up dog. Feel that opening through the chest. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. And press back to your downward facing dog. Pause here. Tap back into your deep inhales, deep exhales. Left leg lifts. Reach that leg a little higher. Step left foot forward to meet left hand. If you can't make that step all the way, you can assist that foot forward. Drop that back knee. And with our twist here, if you also need that prop, you could always prop that right hand on top of that. Left arm reaches. Feel this opening. Maybe gaze lifts. Maybe not. Meeting yourself where you are on your mat today. Left hand plants to the earth. We curl our right toes under. Lift our right leg. Shift the weight into that left foot. Kick that right leg back to hip height. Subtle bend in this left knee. Strength to root down. Find that balance. And then forward fold. Right foot meets left. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, press through the feet. Arms reach straight out in front, reaching up to the sky. Cactus the arms, elbows go wide. Reach tall, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Reach tall, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Reach tall, breathe in. Forward fold, reach for those toes, soften through the knees. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back, high push up. Take your flow or skip. So knees could be on or off the earth. We find this strength to lower down, hug elbows into ribs. We find our heart opener, cobra, up dog, whatever you need. And you find your downward facing dog. Pause here. Lift your heels, inhale. Exhale, press the heels to the mat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg lifts, reach it high to the sky. Step your right foot forward. This time you can keep this left leg lifted if you'd like. You could use that block. We're still going to find that same twist from earlier. Left hand stays planted, right arm reaches. So you have that option to drop that back knee. Or you have this option to find a little more strength and length here. Release that right hand to the earth. Both hands stay planted. Shift your weight into that front foot. Left leg extends back. This time, instead of staying at hip height, we're going to find our standing splits. So fold deeper over that right leg. Lift that left leg closer to the sky. If that's too challenging and you prefer to stay at hip height, stay right there. We're still working on that balance. Lift the leg a little higher if you'd like. Forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, rise, reach the arms up to the sky. This time, just forward fold, reach for your toes. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back, high push up. Take your flow or skip. You could go straight back to down dog and skip that entire low push up to heart opener, making this practice whatever you need today. Connecting breath to movement. One more side, left leg lifts. Left foot steps forward to meet right. Or left foot steps forward to meet left hand, I mean. Right hand stays planted, right leg stays lifted unless you want to drop. Peel this left arm open. Release that down. Shift your weight into that left foot. Extend that right leg back. Stay at hip height or find that standing split, that deeper fold over that left leg. Maybe working to challenge your balance just a little more here, walking left hand to grab left ankle. Maybe working to bring right hand closer to it, challenging that balance. Forward fold, top of the mat. So right foot meets left. Nice deep fold, bend the knees, belly rest on thighs. Find a halfway lift, inhale. Fold. We're gonna stay in this fold and widen our stance. Feet are about shoulder distance apart or wider. Peace fingers come around big toes. Gentle bend the knees, fold it out. Maybe you nod yes or no. Maybe you sway a little bit here. Keep that connection to the toes. Find a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. And then fold deeper. Full surrender. Release the connection of hands to toes. Send toes out, heels in. We're gonna find a Buddha squat. So in our Buddha squat, chest stays lifted. We're working to find this length through the spine. If you want, you could also sit on your block or sit on your prop for a little release. Or you just find yourself sinking down a little deeper, playing around with where the feet are so that you can feel comfortable here. Take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Release the hands to the earth. Bring the feet back to hip distance, or they can touch. Yogi's choice here. Nice deep fold, bend the knees, belly rest on thighs. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, rise, reach the arms up to the sky. Shake it all out. Roll out those shoulders, roll out those wrists. We're gonna get into a little more balancing here. So root down through your left foot. Right foot could be a kickstand. It could come higher up on the leg or even higher. Wherever you feel you need to go today. We're using this right knee to open up our hip. And we're focusing on rooting down through that left foot. Maybe hands stay at heart center. Just recognizing how grounded you feel. Allowing yourself to nourish your roots a little bit here. If you feel okay and balanced, maybe you reach the arms up to the sky and grow your branches. If you find that you feel a little off balance, try to find one unmoving spot to focus in on. Finding that single focal point to keep yourself in line, to keep yourself balanced. And if you feel really good here, maybe you dance in the wind. Maybe you lift the gaze to the sky. Anchoring into that breath. Bring your hands back to heart center. Release that. Roll out that ankle. So just noticing the sensations from that single leg work. Noticing the sensations within the ankle, the feet, and then the differences between left and right side. Let's root down through the right side. Find where we want to go with this tree pose. Find that unmoving object, find your focus. Really root down here. Allow yourself to feel grounded. And then possibly grow those branches. Breathing. Meeting yourself where you need to be. Now, if you find you start to rock from side to side and you lose your balance, you just come right back to where you were and focus in first on rooting down before we rise and grow. Finding that strong foundation, maybe staying right there and recognizing that sometimes we just need to strengthen our roots. We have to work on that foundation first. And when it is time to grow, we will grow. Trusting that. Release it, shake it all out. We're still at the top of the mat, so we reach those arms up to the sky. Soften the knees, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back, high push up. Take your flow or skip. Maybe this time you keep knees lifted. Find that chaturanga low push up and find your up dog. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. We just have a few more balancing poses to work through here. Let's reach our right leg to the sky. Bring right foot to right hand. Keep this left leg nice and long. We're pressing down through the ball of that left foot. We're gonna rise up to crescent lunge. So if as you rise, you start to wobble from side to side, widen the stance, take the right foot out further, left foot out further. Strong through both legs. Find where you can create a little length, reaching a little taller, but sliding those shoulders away from our ears. We're gonna work into possibly warrior three. We're gonna do this slowly. Hands to heart center. Shift your weight into this right foot. Begin to maybe take a half a step forward, toes just hover, left toes. Or begin to lift that left leg at hip height, extending it straight out. Subtle bend in that right knee. Hands stay at heart center or extend back for airplane pose. Palms down, pinkies hugging in. Maybe you extend biceps by ears, finding warrior three. If you feel any sensation in the lower back, bring those hands back to heart center, take airplane pose. Beautiful. Go ahead and find hands touching the earth. Extend that leg just at hip height where we were earlier today. Left foot meets right, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, rise, reach to the sky. Shake it all out. Reach the arms up, inhale. Right hand grabs left wrist up and over to the right. So you find this little assist, pulling the arm up. Come to center, reach tall, switch. Left hand to right wrist, up and over. Breathe. Come back to center, reach tall, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Flow or skip. So you have those options of high to low. You have that option to go straight back to down dog. Choosing whatever heart opener feels good to you today. All meeting in downward facing dog. All right, let's work the left side and challenge that balance a little more. Don't get frustrated. Allow yourself to recognize this as a practice. Being mindful, but also having fun with it. Left leg lifts. Left foot steps forward to meet left hand. We set up those crescent lunge feet. So I'm going to widen my stance. My right foot pops out just a little further back. All 10 toes track forward, rising up. Reach the arms up to the sky. Strong through that back leg. Rooting down through that front foot and rooting down through the ball of that back foot. Not gripping through those toes, maybe even lifting left toes. Hands come to heart center. Let's shift our weight into this left leg. Maybe this time you just lift that right leg back. Or maybe you take that half a step and keep the toes on the earth. Hands could stay at heart center. Maybe you find airplane pose. Maybe you work to warrior three. Wherever you are, stay there for 2 more breaths. And then forward fold, let it all go. Halfway lift. Fold. Slowly roll up to stand. Arms hang heavy. Recognizing that not every day do we feel rooted down or balanced. Pause in the standing pose. So after all of those balancing poses, let's find solid ground again. We're just going to work through mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Eyes could be open, focusing on a hazy gaze, one spot. Or maybe eyes closed if you feel comfortable and safe. Palms face forward, arms by our sides. Begin to draw your attention to the big toe mound. Rooting down into the earth and over to the pinky toe. Rooting around the side of the foot to the heel. Feeling strong, sturdy, and stable. Noticing your heartbeat, tapping into those deep inhales and deep exhales. Feeling a string lift the center arch of the foot closer and closer to the sky. Feeling that string lift the shin and the calf up, making you taller. Continuing to find that lift, drawing your attention to your kneecaps. A subtle squeeze of the thighs to lift the kneecaps up. Finding a little more length, feeling yourself draw that lift through the pelvis, into the center of the belly, engaging that core, pulling your belly button into your spine. Lifting the spine higher and higher toward the sky, feeling that lift and extension go through the chest, the neck, all the way up to the crown of the head. You feel your shoulders slip away from your ears. And you know how strong and stable you feel here. You feel grounded. You feel rooted. No longer off balance. Stay here for 3 breaths. Deep, intentional, slow and controlled. 2 more breaths. Anchoring into this last one. Slowly batting your eyes open if they were closed. Reach your arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to heart center. Pause. Drawing the attention to the center of your chest. Slightly bowing the chin, bowing into yourself, and checking back in with that intention that called out to you at the beginning of class. Reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. Halfway lift. Inhale. Very last flow here. So we'll meet in downward facing dog, whether you want to take your vinyasa, whether you want to skip it. Finding what your body needs. Beautiful. Go ahead and drop to your knees. Stack shoulders over wrists, stack hips over knees, and find cat-cow. Flow through. Use your inhales. Use your exhales. We'll slowly cool down the body. We'll draw that attention back inward in case it drifted a little outward as we challenged our balance. We're going to thread the needle, reach your right arm up to the sky, twist open. Right hand floats underneath our left. We release right shoulder to the earth. Left hand could stay here. Maybe you begin to walk left fingertips forward, finding length through that side. Tap into those inhales and exhales, sending your breath to the areas you feel tension. Maybe closing the eyes. If you walked your left fingertips forward, bring your left hand right in front of the face. Press the mat away from you. Rise, reach that right arm to the sky. Right hand drops to meet left. And we thread on the other side. Left arm reaches. Left arm threads. Maybe walking right fingertips forward. You also have an option to take a half bind here. You could peel that right shoulder open by taking right hand behind the back. Tucking it into that imaginary hip pocket on the left side. And maybe you try it and you realize it doesn't feel great today and you back off. We'll slowly unwind, pressing the mat away from us, rising, reaching, releasing. Allow your hands to walk slowly forward. We're going to find puppy pose. Hips stay lifted. Sink the chest down toward the earth. You might be here. You might be able to sink deeper. You might be able to go even deeper. Honoring your body where you are today. Using your block as needed. Breathing into this, releasing into this. Slowly make your way back to that tabletop position. We're going to take a couple hip rolls to the right. It looks silly, but it feels good. You might hear some snaps, crackles, and pops. Listen to your body, pay attention to what's happening, and honor your body. And then switch directions, just a little final release in this tabletop position before we make our way to a seated position. And then making your way into a comfortable seat. This time sending our legs out long. Giving yourself plenty of room behind you. We will eventually lie down. Legs out long, gentle bend in the knees. Reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, fold, reach for those toes. Let's begin first with just a hip hinge. So keep that spine nice and long. Keep those knees slightly bent. And then rise back up. Inhale. Maybe this time you extend the legs out longer and exhale, fold, a hinge, or begin to round out full surrender. Still honoring that subtle bend if that's what feels good to you, if that's what your body needs. Inhaling and exhaling here. Slowly rise up. Bend your right knee, sole of that right foot inside of that left leg. Left leg is extending nice and long. Reach tall. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Using your breath to anchor into this, to slow down. Go ahead and rise up. Since our right knee is bent, we're going to plant our right hand. Left arm reaches to the sky, and we're going to rise up onto our right shin with that left leg long, feeling this opening, sinking back down. Keeping that left leg long, plant your right foot on the right side or cross it over. Find some length, sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, twist toward that bent knee. So left arm wraps around that right leg. Gaze could go over the right shoulder. Maybe you look straight out. Thinking inhale, lengthen. Thinking exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, sitting up tall. Exhale, twisting. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly unwind. Right leg goes long. Sole of that left foot inside of that right leg. Inhale, find length through the fingertips. Exhale, fold, reach for those toes. Again, you could always bend. You could use a strap or a t-shirt around that foot. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly rising up, left knee's planted, so left hand plants, and we find that lift. We rise on the left shin, right arm reaches, find that bicep by your ear, find that length, and then sink back down. Work our way into that twist. Left foot plants, maybe stays on the left side, unless you want to take it up and over. Sit up tall, inhale, exhale, twist toward that bent knee. Taking your gaze to wherever's comfortable for you. Breathing here. Tapping into those inhales and exhales to release any tension you are still holding on to within the body. Finding whatever you need to create a little more space. Slowly unwind. Soles of the feet touch, knees fall wide. I'm going to turn just so you can see me. You can stay right where you are. So as we come into the seated butterfly pose, your knees might be here, and maybe it's a little too much. Gravity is doing the work to open up these hips. You could place something underneath those knees. Maybe your knees fall a little wider. Find the length through that spine. Sit up tall again. Feel that string lift your head closer to the sky. Let's pause here and get into the neck while our hips open using gravity. So drop chin to chest. Take right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest. And left ear to left shoulder. Be gentle here. Listen to your body. Keep eyes open or slowly close them. And then slowly roll through just the front side of the neck. Chin to chest. Right ear. Chin. Ear. Maybe adding breaths of movement. Inhaling center. Exhaling side. As you do this, notice if you begin to slouch. So find that good posture. Last time. Pause and center. Sit up nice and tall. Crown of the head reaches for the sky. Notice the sensations. Stay lifted here, hands on ankles, or begin to hinge forward. You could be into press forearms, into shins. You could fold even deeper, connecting head to toe. So within this pose, I like to make a connection of third eye to root. And sometimes that's not accessible. But maybe you could utilize a block here. Maybe you could stack fists. Maybe you can connect head to toe. Just grounding ourselves one more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly rising up and finding your way down onto your back. Hugging your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side. Keep a hold of this right leg, left leg goes long. Hug this right knee in toward your right armpit. And then take that right leg up and over to the left. Arms could go out to a T. You could take your gaze to the right fingertips or close your eyes. And you could assist yourself with deepening this twist. Left hand comes to right knee. Tapping into those inhales and exhales. Slowing down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Come back to center. Hug that right knee in nice and tight. And just find a half happy baby. So right hand could grab behind the right thigh, right knee. You could grab the pinky toe edge of the foot or take peace fingers around big toe. So just a half happy baby. Noticing the sensations in that hip. And then find a full happy baby. Left leg meets the right. We press the lower back into the earth, possibly rock our baby from side to side. Breathing still, anchoring into that breath. Right leg goes long, half happy baby, left side. And then find your twist. So first we'll hug this left knee in and left leg up and over to the right. Keep both shoulders on the earth. Take your gaze to where it feels comfortable for you. Breathing into it. Paying attention to the energy coursing through your body. Noticing the shift that has occurred. Good, come back to center. Utilizing that block, we're going to find a supported bridge pose. If you don't have a block, you can just do a bridge pose or even legs up the wall. So feet are about hip distance apart, not too far away from the body, not too close. We're gonna lift the hips and just allow that block to be placed right underneath our sacrum, feeling fully supported, arms by the sides. If you don't have that block, you could just hold your bridge or you could lift your legs up to the sky. Even with the block, you could just lift the legs up or stay in your supported bridge. Pause here for a moment. Place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart, and let's take a couple mindful breaths together. Breathe in. Pause at the top. Take one more sip in, fill up. Sigh it out. Do that again. Inhale. Pause. Fill up. Let it go. One more time. Inhale. One more sip. Let it go. Slowly removing the block away from you. Allowing yourself to release your hips to the earth, pausing, noticing the full support you feel of your mat. And then keeping the arms by the sides, lift the legs up to the sky. If you have a wall near you, you could find legs up the wall. So just allowing yourself to feel this inversion, maybe rolling out those ankles, and then maybe lifting the arms and allowing yourself to roll out those wrists. Pausing here for a moment, paying attention to what's happening in the body. And then hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins, tuck your chin to your chest, squeeze toes, face, fingers, nose, squeeze everything as tight as possible. And release down to your final resting pose. So arms and legs go long. Untuck your shoulders, adjust your clothes, and make yourself comfortable. Maybe take a towel to cover up the eyes and block out any unwanted light. Arms lay heavy by your sides, toes slightly turn out. Scan the body and adjust the clothes. Make any final adjustments. You stay in your Shavasana as I begin to find a little lift. So, allowing this opportunity to find stillness, allowing this opportunity to feel fully supported by the earth, to feel fully supported by your practice, finding ease after all of the effort, beginning to soften through your forehead. Relaxing through every muscle that surrounds the eyes. Relaxing through the apples of the cheeks. And unclenching the jaw. Maybe parting the lips just slightly. Drawing your awareness to your neck and softening. Letting go just a little more. Drawing your awareness across your shoulders and your upper back. And softening just a little more. Drawing your awareness from your shoulders down your biceps. And softening a little more. Relaxing through the elbows, forearms, and wrists. And noticing your heartbeat in each and every fingertip. Drawing your awareness to the center of your chest, where your heartbeat lies. And taking that awareness down your spine to your belly, where you notice the subtle rise and fall with each breath. Beginning to soften through the lower back and hips, and noticing how heavy the legs feel. Allowing them to soften into the mat and releasing any tension you feel through the back and front side of the legs, through the knees, down the shins and the calves, and allowing your heels to sink deeper and deeper into the earth. Notice the sensations of energy coursing through your body, and notice the sense of peace that has come across you. Staying here in silence for a few moments more, I will bring you back when it is time. Notice your next breath. Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. Begin to find movement, wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes, rolling out your wrists and rolling out your ankles, recognizing the peace that has come across you. And when you're ready, rolling over to the right side, finding the fetal position. It's an opportunity to pause and leave everything before this moment behind you, recognizing that you are currently in the present moment. And all that matters is this breath and the next breath and the breath after that. Slowly make your way to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head reaches to the sky. Allow yourself to take your hands to heart center, thumbs pressing into the center of your chest, maybe bowing into yourself, and tapping back into that intention that you set at the beginning of practice, leaving it right here on your mat or taking it with you into the remainder of your week, the remainder of your month, or the remainder of your year. Thank you for sharing your practice with me.